Life has a way of testing us, challenging us in ways that we never expected. We encounter obstacles, face setbacks, and at times find ourselves questioning our worth, our strength, and whether we are capable of achieving our goals. In these moments, it is easy to feel defeated and give up. But the truth is, success is not always about talent or luck. It is about the relentless pursuit of progress, no matter how hard or painful the journey may seem. Push yourself. Push yourself when the road ahead looks long and uncertain. Push yourself when the challenges appear insurmountable. Push yourself when every fiber of your being tells you to stop. Because it is in these moments of discomfort and doubt that you discover the true depth of your power. Every time you push yourself beyond your limits, you're not just going further in the race, you are becoming someone new, someone stronger, someone more resilient. Think about the times in your life when you were on the verge of giving up, but chose to take one more step. It wasn't easy, it felt impossible, but you kept going, and that made all the difference. Those moments, those choices, are the ones that shape your future. Success is not a sudden burst of luck. It is the result of the countless moments when you chose to keep going, when you chose to push yourself even when it felt like everything was against you. It is the culmination of the sacrifices you make, the discomfort you endure, and the doubts you face head on. The power to push yourself comes from within. It is about building a mindset that embraces growth, even through failure, because failure is not the end. Failure is a lesson. Every time you stumble, you are learning something new about yourself. You are learning how strong you are, how resourceful you can be, and how much more you are capable of than you once believed. Pushing yourself is about unlocking your potential, about realizing that the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. We are all capable of greatness, but greatness does not come to those who wait for it to happen. It comes to those who work for it, who fight for it, and who believe in themselves, even when no one else does. When you push yourself, you push past the doubts, the fears, and the negativity that surrounds you. You push past the voices that tell you to play it safe, to settle for mediocrity, to give up. But greatness requires more than just effort. It requires belief, courage, and resilience. You must believe that you are capable of more than you think. You must believe that you are worth the effort. You must push yourself because no one else will do it for you. There will be days when it feels like the world is pushing against you, but in those moments, you must push back harder. You must rise above, not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Your dreams are not going to wait for you to be ready. They will come to those who are willing to step into the unknown, who are willing to push themselves through the discomfort, who are willing to take the leap despite the fear. Pushing yourself is a form of self-respect. When you push yourself, you are telling the world that you value your potential and are unwilling to let it go to waste. You are telling yourself that you are worthy of success, worthy of achieving your goals, and worthy of the life you've always imagined. It's a commitment to yourself, a commitment to grow, to evolve, and to never settle for less than your best. In the end, the person you become through the act of pushing yourself is the greatest reward. The journey may not always be easy and the path may be filled with obstacles, but every step you take makes you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the challenges ahead. So when you face the next hurdle, don't shrink away. Push yourself. When the mountain seems too high to climb, push yourself. When you feel tired, discouraged, and ready to quit, push yourself. Because the greatest moments of your life will not come from moments of comfort. They will come from moments when you chose to push, when you chose to rise above, and when you chose to believe in yourself. The future is shaped by what you do today, and today you have the opportunity to push yourself towards greatness. Step forward. Keep going. You are stronger than you think. The power of self-belief. It is a force so potent that it can elevate ordinary individuals to extraordinary heights, so profound that it can turn the impossible into the possible. Self-belief is the foundation upon which success is built. Without it, no amount of skill, talent, or opportunity can lead us to achieve our dreams. But with it, there is no limit to what we can accomplish. Self belief is not just a simple feeling, it is a mindset, a way of thinking and perceiving the world. It is the inner confidence that says, I am capable, even when circumstances suggest otherwise. It is the strength to push forward when everyone around you doubts your abilities. And it is the conviction to keep going when you feel like quitting. In fact, one of the most important truths we must understand is that everything begins with self belief. To begin, let's break down what self belief truly is. It is the deep rooted understanding that you are worthy of success and that you have the power to achieve your dreams, no matter the obstacles in your path. It is not about arrogance or thinking you are better than others, but rather having faith in your own abilities, qualities, and potential. It's an unwavering trust in yourself, even in the face of challenges and setbacks. In many ways, self belief is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. If you constantly doubt your abilities and limit your potential, that muscle weakens. But if you consistently challenge yourself and push through fear and uncertainty, that muscle grows stronger, more resilient. The more you affirm that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way, the more confident and empowered you become in navigating the ups and downs of life. It is natural to feel fear when we embark on something new or take a risk. Fear is often our first reaction to uncertainty, and doubt is its close companion. But let me tell you this: fear and doubt are not indicators of your inability, they are signs that you are on the verge of growth. The path to success is not always smooth. In fact, the road is often riddled with obstacles, detours, and unexpected challenges. However, what separates those who succeed from those who fall short is their ability to push past the fear and doubt and keep moving forward. Self belief is the antidote to fear. It gives you the courage to face challenges head on and to trust that you have the ability to handle whatever comes your way. When you believe in yourself, you stop letting fear dictate your actions. You stop allowing doubt to paralyze you. Instead, you begin to see obstacles as opportunities to learn, to grow, and to prove to yourself just how resilient you truly are. You start to see failure not as a reflection of your worth, but as a stepping stone toward success. I want to share with you a truth that many successful individuals will tell you: there is no success without self belief. Think about some of the greatest achievers in history, from athletes to entrepreneurs, from artists to innovators. All of them faced moments of doubt, fear, and failure. But what set them apart was their unwavering belief in themselves and their ability to overcome the odds. Take, for example, Thomas Edison, who, after thousands of failed attempts, finally invented the light bulb. He was quoted as saying, I have not failed. I've just found 1,0,0,0,0 ways that won't work. Edison's belief in his own ability to succeed was so strong that no amount of failure could deter him. It was his self belief that kept him going, and it was that belief that eventually led to one of the most transformative inventions in human history. Consider the story of J.K. Rowling, whose now legendary Harry Potter series was rejected by over a dozen publishers before it was finally accepted. She was a single mother, struggling to make ends meet, and faced countless rejections. But she never lost her belief in her own talent and the value of her story. She pushed forward, and today she is one of the most successful authors of all time. And let's not forget about Serena Williams, whose career has been a testament to self-belief. Despite facing doubts from critics, injuries, and challenges on and off the court, she has continued to push herself to greater heights, breaking records and overcoming obstacles that many deemed insurmountable. Serena's story shows us that belief in ourselves is often the one thing that separates a champion from the rest. Start small and build momentum. Begin by setting small, achievable goals. Each success, no matter how minor, builds your confidence and reinforces your belief in your abilities. This momentum will carry you forward into bigger challenges. Challenge your inner critic. We all have that voice in our heads that tells us we aren't good enough or that we can't succeed. Challenge that voice. Replace negative thoughts with affirmations of self belief. Remind yourself of your strengths, your achievements, and your potential. Surround yourself with positivity. Surround yourself with people who support and encourage you. A positive environment reinforces self belief. Seek out mentors, friends, or role models who lift you up and remind you of your worth. Embrace failure as part of the journey. Failure is not the opposite of success, it is a part of success. Understand that setbacks and mistakes are learning opportunities. Embrace them, learn from them, and use them to strengthen your belief in your resilience and ability to adapt. It's often said that growth begins where our comfort zone ends, but how many of us truly understand the depth of this statement? How many of us have the courage to embrace the discomfort that comes with change and growth? In a world that constantly strives for convenience and ease, the idea of deliberately stepping into discomfort can seem counterintuitive, even unnecessary. However, let me tell you that discomfort is not just an inevitable part of growth, it is its very catalyst. Without discomfort, we would remain stagnant, untouched by the forces that challenge us to evolve. First, let's define what we mean by discomfort. Discomfort comes in many forms. It can be physical, emotional, mental, or even spiritual. It can be as simple as waking up early to work on a goal, or as complex as facing the fear of failure when pursuing a dream. Discomfort, in essence, is anything that pushes us out of our familiar, safe routines and forces us to face uncertainty. It is that nagging feeling when we push ourselves harder than we've ever pushed before. It's that internal resistance that makes us hesitate. That voice in our head that says, maybe it's better if I just stay where I am. Maybe this is enough. But if we are to grow, if we are to truly unlock our potential, we must learn to embrace this discomfort. The fact is, growth rarely happens when things are easy. It happens when we challenge ourselves, when we step outside of our comfort zones, and when we push beyond the limits of what we thought was possible. Let's pause for a moment and consider something very important. Growth requires a break from the familiar. When you do the same things in the same way day after day, you're not really evolving, you're maintaining. There is no room for transformation when we stick to the safety of what we know. But when we choose to step into the unknown, when we intentionally place ourselves in uncomfortable situations, we create the space for new experiences, new lessons, and new insights. And in that space, growth happens. Take, for example, a muscle. In order to grow stronger, it must be challenged. When you lift weights, the muscles tear slightly under the pressure, and it is through this discomfort, this micro injury, that they rebuild and grow back stronger. The same is true for our personal growth. We must stretch ourselves, endure a little discomfort, and allow ourselves to be stretched mentally and emotionally. Only then will we grow into the best version of ourselves. Consider the butterfly, which begins its life as a caterpillar. The process of metamorphosis is a delicate, often painful one. The caterpillar must fight its way out of the cocoon, and only through this struggle does it develop the strength to fly. If we, like the caterpillar, avoid discomfort, we may never realize the full extent of our potential. It is this very discomfort that forces us to build resilience, courage, and determination. It is this discomfort that prepares us for the challenges that lie ahead. Let's be honest, discomfort is scary. It makes us anxious, nervous, and sometimes even fearful. Our natural instinct is to avoid pain, to avoid struggle, and to find the path of least resistance. But it's important to realize that fear and discomfort are not indicators that we should stop. They are signs that we are on the right path. When we fear something, it often means we care about it. It means that what lies beyond the discomfort holds great potential for us. Many of us are paralyzed by fear, the fear of failure, the fear of judgment, the fear of the unknown. We tell ourselves, what if I fail? What if I can't handle it? What if I make a mistake? But here's the truth. Failure is not the end of the road. It's simply a stepping stone to success. Mistakes are not a reflection of our inadequacy. They are evidence that we are trying, learning, and growing. The more we embrace discomfort, the more we realize that it's not something to fear, but something to welcome. One of the greatest tools for overcoming the fear of discomfort is changing our perspective. Instead of viewing discomfort as something negative, we can choose to see it as an opportunity for growth. Instead of saying, this is hard and I don't know if I can do it, we can say, this is hard, but I am capable of learning, adapting, and growing through this process. Reframing discomfort as a necessary part of growth empowers us to face it head on rather than shy away from it. Start small, embrace discomfort in manageable doses. Start by taking small steps outside your comfort zone. Maybe it's striking up a conversation with someone new, trying a new workout routine, or speaking up in a meeting when you normally wouldn't. These small moments of discomfort will build your resilience and prepare you for bigger challenges ahead. Set stretch goals. Challenge yourself with goals that force you to grow. A stretch goal is one that pushes you to your limits, but is still achievable with hard work and determination. By setting goals that stretch your abilities, you create opportunities for growth that wouldn't exist within your comfort zone. Shift your mindset, see discomfort as a sign of progress, not failure. When you feel uncomfortable, remind yourself that you are learning and evolving. Reframe challenges as opportunities to become stronger, smarter, and more capable. Focus on the benefits. Every time you experience discomfort, remind yourself of the long-term rewards. Discomfort may be painful in the short term, but it is often the gateway to personal growth, success, and new experiences. Whether it's the physical growth of your muscles or the emotional growth of your resilience, the discomfort is worth it. Find support. Discomfort doesn't mean you have to go it alone. Surround yourself with people who encourage you, who understand your journey, and who push you to reach new heights. Having a support system can make stepping into discomfort a little less daunting. When you begin to embrace discomfort, you will start to notice something extraordinary. You will become stronger. You will develop a deeper sense of self-belief and resilience. Every challenge you face will become less intimidating, and you will find that your limits are far more expansive than you once thought. It is only through discomfort that we break free from the limitations we impose on ourselves. Every time you push through discomfort, you redefine what is possible for you. You expand your comfort zone and create new possibilities for success, happiness, and fulfillment. Discomfort will no longer be something to avoid. It will become a sign that you are on the path to becoming the best version of yourself. It's often said that success is not an overnight phenomenon. It's not something that magically appears with the wave of a wand or through mere luck. No, success is earned, forged through determination, effort, and above all, perseverance. It is the force that drives us when the path is difficult, when the obstacles seem insurmountable, and when giving up feels like the easier choice. Perseverance, the ability to persist, to keep moving forward despite setbacks, failures, and challenges, is the cornerstone of every great achievement. Without it, even the most talented individuals would never reach their potential. Before we dive into the importance of perseverance, let's take a moment to understand what it really means. Perseverance is the ability to continue working toward a goal, no matter how hard or challenging the journey may become. It is about having the strength to push through adversity, to maintain focus when distractions arise, and to keep going even when the outcome seems uncertain. It is a commitment to one's dreams, regardless of how many hurdles lie ahead. Perseverance is not about avoiding failure or avoiding difficulties. In fact, perseverance is built on the very foundation of failure. It is the determination to rise after falling, to learn from mistakes, and to keep moving forward with even more resolve. It is the refusal to let temporary setbacks define your long-term vision. Perseverance is what separates those who give up from those who ultimately succeed. Every successful person, whether in business, sports, science, or any other field, has faced obstacles. These obstacles can be physical, emotional, or mental. There will be moments when the road ahead feels like an uphill battle, when the challenges seem overwhelming, and when the temptation to quit is strong. But it is in these very moments that perseverance becomes crucial. Consider the story of Thomas Edison, one of the greatest inventors in history. Edison famously made over 1,000 unsuccessful attempts before he successfully invented the light bulb. When asked about his many failures, he responded with a profound statement: I have not failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that won't work. Edison's success wasn't built on genius alone. It was built on an unwavering perseverance that allowed him to learn from his failures and keep pushing forward until he found the answer. His perseverance led to a breakthrough that has changed the world. Another example is J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Before her work became a global phenomenon, Rowling faced a series of rejections from publishers. She was a single mother living on welfare, struggling to make ends meet. Yet, despite these difficult circumstances and countless rejections, she continued to persevere. It was her belief in her story and her determination to see it published that eventually led to one of the most successful literary franchises in history. Imagine if she had given up after the first or the 10th rejection. The world would have been deprived of the magical world she created. Perseverance plays an especially vital role when it comes to achieving long-term goals. Many of us set ambitious goals for ourselves, whether it's becoming an entrepreneur, writing a book, completing a marathon, or mastering a new skill. However, the longer the journey, the more difficult it becomes to maintain the initial excitement and motivation. Life gets in the way, challenges arise, the journey feels overwhelming, and there are moments when you question whether it's all worth it. It's in these moments of doubt that perseverance truly becomes the defining factor. Think about a long distance runner. The first few miles are exhilarating. There's energy, enthusiasm, and the excitement of the challenge ahead. But as the race progresses, fatigue sets in. The runner's body aches, their breath grows heavier, and their mind begins to entertain thoughts of quitting. But those who finish the race are not necessarily the fastest. They are the ones who persevered, who pushed through the pain, who didn't give in to the voice telling them to stop. It's this same perseverance that helps you push through the toughest days, even when you feel like you're running on empty. It helps you stay committed to your goals when the road becomes long and tiring. When it comes to long-term success, perseverance is what helps you stay the course, even when things get tough. It's easy to quit when you're not seeing immediate results, but true success is built over time through the consistent, persistent effort to keep going, even when the end seems distant. This commitment to the journey, despite the difficulties, is what will ultimately bring you closer to your dreams. Another vital role that perseverance plays in success is the development of resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover quickly from difficulties, to bounce back after setbacks, and to keep going in the face of adversity. Perseverance fosters resilience by teaching us that failure is not the end. It is merely a temporary setback, a lesson learned, and an opportunity to grow stronger. Each time we persist through a challenge, we become more resilient. Each time we rise after a failure, we build emotional and mental strength. Resilience doesn't come from avoiding hardships. It comes from facing them head on, learning from them, and using them as fuel for continued progress. Consider the stories of athletes who overcome injury or setbacks to win championships, or entrepreneurs who face failure and come back stronger with a new approach. These individuals possess an incredible level of resilience, which is fueled by their perseverance. They have learned that the path to success is not a straight line, but rather a series of twists, turns, and challenges that test their willpower and determination. But it is through perseverance that they continue to rise, no matter how many times they fall. Set clear, realistic goals. Having a clear vision of what you want to achieve is essential to staying motivated. Break down long-term goals into smaller, more manageable steps so that you can see progress along the way. Develop a growth mindset. Understand that failure is not permanent. Instead of seeing failure as a reflection of your abilities, view it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Each mistake brings you closer to success. Stay focused on your why. Remind yourself of the reasons why you started in the first place. Your why is the fuel that will keep you going when the going gets tough. Stay committed. Perseverance requires a commitment to your goals, even when things aren't going as planned. Don't let temporary setbacks derail your long term vision. Celebrate small wins, acknowledge your progress, no matter how small. Celebrating milestones along the way helps keep you motivated and reinforces the habit of perseverance. Fear and doubt, these two emotions are perhaps the most universal experiences that hold each of us back at some point in our lives. They are the invisible barriers that trap us in the confines of our own minds, preventing us from reaching our full potential. How many of us have heard that nagging voice in our heads that says, "You can't do it," or "What if you fail?" How many of us have felt that surge of anxiety before taking a step into the unknown? Fear and doubt are not only natural reactions to change, challenge, or uncertainty, but they are also the biggest obstacles we will ever face on the road to success and fulfillment. Yet, in this speech today, I am here to tell you that fear and doubt do not define you. How you respond to them, however, does. Before we dive into how to overcome fear and doubt, it's important to first understand them. Fear is a natural, primal response that has evolved over centuries to keep us safe from danger. It's a survival mechanism that alerts us to potential threats. While fear can be helpful in life threatening situations, such as avoiding a dangerous animal or stepping away from the edge of a cliff, fear becomes problematic when it prevents us from pursuing our dreams or stepping out of our comfort zone. Doubt, on the other hand, is the uncertainty or lack of confidence in ourselves and our abilities. It whispers in our ear, telling us we're not good enough, not capable enough, or not deserving of success. It is the voice that says, "You're not qualified, you'll never be as successful as others," or "What if you fail?" Doubt often arises from fear, but it can also emerge from past experiences, insecurities, or comparisons with others. When fear and doubt work together, they can paralyze us. They tell us to hold back, to play it safe, and to avoid risk. But what if I told you that in order to succeed, we must face both fear and doubt head on, learn from them, and move forward in spite of them? Fear and doubt can affect our lives in many profound ways. They keep us from taking action, from pursuing new opportunities, and from exploring our true potential. In some cases, they even prevent us from trying new things or taking that first step toward change. Think about your own life. How many dreams or opportunities have you missed because fear or doubt told you it wasn't possible? Perhaps you've had an idea for a business, but were too afraid to start. Maybe you've wanted to ask someone out or speak in front of a crowd, but doubt made you question your worth. Or perhaps you've been stuck in a job that doesn't fulfill you because fear kept you from making the leap into something new. This is the power that fear and doubt have. They can stop us from even trying, but they don't have to be the final word. Instead of allowing fear and doubt to define our future, we can choose to face them, confront them, and move past them. Now, you may be wondering, if fear and doubt are so negative, why do they even exist in the first place? The truth is, fear is not inherently bad. It's an emotional signal, one that alerts us to areas where we need to grow. Fear often signals that we are about to step outside our comfort zone and into a place where real change and growth can occur. In other words, fear can be an indicator that we are on the right path, that we are challenging ourselves, and that we are pushing the boundaries of what is possible. Think of any time in your life when you've achieved something truly remarkable. Perhaps you were nervous before a big presentation, before a job interview, or before launching your own project. You might have doubted your abilities and feared failure, but you pushed through anyway. The result? Growth. You became stronger, more confident, and more capable because you faced your fears and overcame them. Fear, when faced head on, has the potential to be a powerful force for growth. It forces us to dig deep, to develop new skills, and to find strength we didn't know we had. But how do we overcome fear and doubt to unlock that potential? Let's explore some key strategies that can help us confront these challenges and move beyond them. The first step in overcoming fear and doubt is to reframe how we think about them. Instead of seeing fear as something to avoid, we must begin to view it as a signal of opportunity. When fear arises, we should ask ourselves, what is this fear telling me? Rather than fearing fear, we need to embrace it as a cue that we are on the brink of growth. This shift in mindset helps us see fear not as an enemy, but as an ally guiding us towards success. Likewise, we must reframe doubt. Doubt does not define your ability, it's simply a product of your thoughts. When you doubt yourself, challenge those thoughts. Replace, I can't do this, with, I am capable of doing this and I will figure it out. Doubt often stems from perfectionism or comparing ourselves to others. Remind yourself that success is a journey and every step counts, even the missteps. Fear often becomes overwhelming because it's based on an imagined future or worst case scenario. We fear failure, embarrassment, rejection, or loss. But in most cases, our fears are not as dire as we imagine them to be. When fear feels overwhelming, break it down into smaller, more manageable parts. Ask yourself, what is the worst thing that can happen if I take this step? And how would I handle it? Often, the worst case scenario is not as scary or unmanageable as we make it out to be. By breaking it down and focusing on the present moment, we can prevent fear from taking control and instead make rational, calm decisions. Self doubt thrives when we lack confidence in our own abilities. The more we doubt ourselves, the more we are prone to inaction and paralysis. One of the most effective ways to overcome self doubt is by building self confidence. This can be done by reflecting on past successes, no matter how small they may seem. When you doubt your ability to achieve something, remember the times when you have succeeded in the past. Remind yourself of your skills, strengths, and resilience. Keep a journal of your accomplishments, and whenever doubt creeps in, revisit those moments of success. They will remind you that you have the power within you to overcome anything. There is a saying, courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. Taking action is one of the most powerful ways to overcome fear and doubt. The longer we wait, the bigger our fears and doubts grow. But when we take the first step, we quickly realize that the fear wasn't as big as we thought. Action has the magical ability to turn fear from a paralyzing force into a motivator. Start small, do something every day that challenges your fears. Speak up in meetings, take on new projects, or step outside your comfort zone. With each step, fear will lose its power and confidence will begin to take its place.